Hello everyone again. Before we start, I will tell you a brief about the European project. The Digi-Tour-Skills project is an Erasmus Plus project in collaboration with Erasmus European R&D department from Greece, Mathemagenesis IKE from Greece, and Transylvanian Educational Services and Tourism from Romania. This project focuses on identifying the gaps within the tourism sector, digitalizing it, and offering digital training through webinars and practical case studies to increase the knowledge on the topics of adult learners, tourism, SMEs, DMOs, and tourism agencies. This webinar will delve into the intersection of website management and user experience in the tourism sector. Whether you're managing a travel agency website or promoting a tourism destination, this session will provide essential knowledge on how to ensure your website delivers a seamless and enjoyable experience for users. The objectives are about to understand how to manage a website effectively, learn simple ways to make website user-friendly, discover tools that improve website performance, see how user experience works in tourism website, and learn how to use feedback to improve your site. The responsible organization is Erasmus Branch European R&D department, which is effectively engaged and dedicated to the training of young agriculturists, adult workers, students, unemployed, etc., in an effective, rational, systematic, and well-coordinated manner, which will develop significant expertise, professional, and competitive skills in agriculture. They carry out research activities to upscale existing products and services of the company towards the development of new, in line with the present and future trends of the European and global markets. The first trainer is Mr. Dimitrios Tsolis. Mr. Tsolis is head of IT unit at Erasmus Branch SA. He has bachelor degrees, MSc and PhD in electrical engineering and computers technology. He implements projects for computer networks, Web 2.0 technologies, advanced information systems, and legal aspects of informatics. And he's a researcher in the field of agricultural informatics. He has participated in more than 30 European and national projects, and he specializes in sensors, sensor networks, bigger environmental data management and analytics, and the use of augmented reality technologies and tools in precision agriculture and urban farming. He has authored more than 90 research papers in scientific conferences and journals. Our second trainer is Mr. Elias Monastiriotis. Mr. Monastiriotis is dedicated computer engineer and member of the IT department at Erasmus Branch. His expertise is focusing on web technologies, web development, and on cutting-edge digital solutions that align with modern needs. At Erasmus Branch, he is specializing in creating innovative web platforms and robust systems that streamline operations and elevate user satisfaction. The floor is yours.
Okay. Today, this presentation will focus on some aspects which we believe that give insights to how and what an advanced and complete website for tourism should be. So as a rationale, this presentation starts from good practices. You can think of this as what an ideal website in tourism could be. Of course, it's not in everybody's availability and capability to build an ideal website for tourism, but this presentation would like to shed light to this issue so as to have a clear and whole picture of the current and modern websites, what they offer, and how they are built with. With this opportunity, we will make a deepening in how AI could be harnessed in tourism, and especially for websites, so as to offer more and more advanced services through the websites of tourism to the tourists or to other key stakeholders. And in this sense, we will also make a more detailed presentation about the advanced and future services. Then we will present you some usability guidelines and some web building tools with which you could easily and quickly build a website which covers at a high percentage an ideal website. And of course, we will be available for questions for all these aspects. For starting now, about an ideal website, we could say that a well-designed tourism web portal or a website plays a crucial role in attracting visitors, providing useful information and enhancing user experience. This enhancing user experience issue is more about interactivity and what are the provided services to the final users. We will see more things about this later on. If we would like to break down the issue of what a website should include as services or as features, we can outline these services and features in these bullets. So we'll say that a website should be user-friendly as a design and from a navigation point of view. The visual content should be of a high quality, to have comprehensive and up-to-date information so as to be alive, to be interactive and have interactive features and personalization features, to have some search engine optimization so as to be more visible from all the web engines, to offer booking and e-commerce capabilities, to have accessibility and inclusivity in its features, and of course, to be sustainable and have some ethical tourism promotion aspects. So this is the outline. And now we will see for each category some more details. For example, regarding user-friendly design and navigation, the layout should be intuitive, so as to ensure a clean, easy to navigate interface with clear menus and categories. Of course, this is basic, but all websites should have this feature. Mobile responsiveness. All websites should be designed based on responsiveness. Is what we say in computer engineering, responsive design. That is that whatever the device, the size of the screen, or the quality that the screen is able to present and support, the website should be visible and all the services should be available to all the devices so as to be cross-platform and independent by the iOS or the OS, the Android or the Apple or the Windows that every device has. The loading speed should be fast. So to minimize load times is very critical so as to prevent users from leaving the site. There are several studies regarding this. The more of these studies say that above 10 seconds, the user is being distracted and loses his or her motivation. About the visual content. Now that we are in the era of artificial intelligence and high definition content, the websites all over the world and for many sectors, they are concentrating on delivering high content in all their aspects. So tourism websites and tourism portals also follow these guidelines. So a website for tourism has to have immersive visuals so as to captivate users and showcase destinations with an optimized way. Also, 360 virtual tours could be embedded to a website for tourism. And also, user-generated content sometimes is being promoted and encouraged. This isn't so easy in a website. You have to monitor and evaluate the user-generated content, but this gives an extra feature of personalization from visitors and tourists that have visited certain areas. Comprehensive and up-to-date information. So you have to provide details on must-see places. This is basic and critical, but also you can have updated information about events and experiences that are happening live or during the period of time that the tourist has the schedule to visit a specific site. So real-time information is critical, not only to include weather forecast, for example, but also to include some advisories for travel and seasonal tips. So for each period of time, for each season, it's crucial to have some extra tips for the time that the visitor is scheduled to meet a specific place. Multilingual support is also very critical, so as to deliver information in a localized way. So multiple language options should be available through a website for tourism. Regarding interactive features and personalization, now the AI chatbots are starting to conquer several sites in many sectors, but not only sectors like online support and stuff like this, but also sectors like culture, tourism, and so on. So there are some case studies that there are developed AI chatbots that you could use that are specifically designed for cultural or tourism websites. They usually offer instant responses to user queries, and they give some personalized information. They give this directiveness between the tourist, the visitor of the website, and how to get his or her answers. Also, you can offer customized itineraries, so as to allow users to plan trips based on interest and duration, and recommendation engines. AI, again here, so as to suggest activities, accommodations for restaurants, and so on. So as to provide, of course, recommendations, you have to have in your website user profiling. So you have to build something so as to gather data about the users, how many, age, some preferences, if they are more into cultural tourism or gastronomy, or their preferences, so as to recommend something to them, a special journey or a special route to follow through your website. I will showcase some AI engines later on in this presentation, so be patient about this. About search engine optimization, of course, you can use the metadata of the website so as to use keywords and structured content so as your website to rank higher in searches in Google or the other search engines, of course. You have to integrate social media so as to easily and directly share content across social media platforms. And of course, you can include some blogs and travel stories which could be regularly published in the website in the form of articles, travel tips, or local insights reports. Of course, booking and e-commerce are very critical for a website. If you build a website, you could use several engines that you can connect your website so as to offer these capabilities. So there are several vendors that you can use their APIs to get access to bookings and secure payment gateways and other features. So these e-commerce capabilities could be easily implemented and incorporated in your website using these APIs. For example, the booking is offering an API so as to connect your website to the facilities and the search engines and the booking engine of booking.com, for example. Inclusivity and accessibility. Of course, you have to take care and take into account people with disabilities. For example, eye difficulties, hearing difficulties. So your website should have some features that enable users that have such kinds of challenges, physical challenges, to alleviate these challenges for them and give them the full information and content without restricting their access. There are several plugins that you could easily incorporate to a website so as to accomplish this goal. It's not so difficult as it seems. So if you build your website, Elias will show something about this. If you build your website based on a template in an engine that with which you can easily develop a website, there are several plugins which you can download, incorporate your website, and achieve inclusivity and compatibility features to your website easily. Regarding sustainability, it's very, I think, significant to promote ideas like sustainability and ethical tourism through the website, the tourism website. Sustainable travel practices should be highlighted and could be highlighted. Promote local businesses, cultural experiences, cultural diversity, local food, local music, so as to have this differentiation of your website in comparison with general tourism websites, especially if you are focusing on a very specific area, then this localization of the content could be very high. Of course, you can include some things like food carbon calculators so as to help travelers to make environmentally conscious choices when they reserve, when they book travel, or when they book hotel rooms, etc. And the overall rationale here is to promote this ethical tourism and the environmental sustainability throughout the whole procedure of visiting your website, which eventually will be, as a result, a travel to a specific place. So this was, from my point of view, what a website, an ideal website should include, so as to have all the key aspects and offer all the advanced services to the visitors and the tourists. Now we can focus more on how to harness AI for tourism, and especially focusing on websites. So AI is mainly used so as to enhance visitor experience, offering more interactive tools and more personalized experiences. These are, for now, mainly based on AI chatbots or other features like AI Instagram influencers, for example, which are promoted through website, and they seem to visit certain places virtually, and they offer you some services so as to have an overview of this visit and journey, and have this sense that like a real person visiting this place. I will show you an example later on. Of course, AI also improves accessibility and audience engagement. Gathering data through your website also gives you a capability to analyze this data, analyze the behavior of the visiting experience, not only in the website, but in the actual site and place too. So as then from this data analysis, you could find some new solutions and improvise and develop new services for the visitors so as to give them a more personalized experience. Of course, you can enhance the market intelligence of your website, so you can see and have a more detailed profiling, which profiling could have a result to offer new services based on the most on the profiles that and the data that you have received and gathered and analyzed based on these profiles. Of course, with this all profiling and analysis, you can optimize your visitor flows and traffic management with real-time data and automating decision making. So now we say about recommenders and recommendation systems in tourism and tourism websites. So gathering this data and analyzing this data could have some results and have some initial decisions that you can make so as to offer more personalized and optimized services through your website. this also affects the pricing. So from this data analysis, you can also support the price cost optimization of the services that you offer through your website, if you offer paid services. And of course, automate internal processes and basic customer services. That is that the AI chatbots, for example, they could not only be used by visitors and tourists, but they can also be used by tourist operators, so as to give more advanced services to the visitors and the tourists. So we have these two dimensions of the AI chatbots. Let's see some examples. So regarding artificial intelligence services, this is a dedicated chatbot for trip planning. I can make a small demo about this. So I can interact with the chatbot now, and I can ask questions regarding, for example, I would like to travel to Thessaloniki, for example. The chatbot will answer me about Thessaloniki, some key features of the place. I would like a room with a view to sea, with sea view. The chatbot is asking me for the dates. So the chatbot proposes me rooms with sea view in Thessaloniki in the areas, mentioning the prices and so on, the rating from the users and so on. If we can see the architecture of this chatbot, we can say this thing. At first, this chatbot is extracting data from Booking. So Booking is given an API to a corporation, an SME, which has developed this chatbot, so as to have the ratings, availability, and the prices of certain rooms in all the areas that the Booking is covering all over the world. Based on this data, they have built a machine so as to answer questions in a human-like manner, so as you to interact with this service and get the information that you could get from the Booking, but interacting with a virtual person. I will ask if there are any rock bars in Thessaloniki. Booking doesn't have this information, for example. Now the AI chatbot is harnessing data all over the internet so as to extract information about rock bars in Thessaloniki. So a chatbot is acting as an umbrella from which you can extract information from various sources, so as to answer to your specific questions. Either they are for planning your trip, staying somewhere, or ask general questions about the place. Now, someone will say to me, okay, this is not a website, but this SME offers APIs so as to embed this chatbot to your website. For example, if we're going now to Germany, Travel is an awarded website, which is a best practice because it embeds and incorporates all that we have discussed until now and offers some advanced services. For example, they have an AI chatbot, this one. This chatbot has two main roles. The first role is to chat with the virtual bot, so as to extract information from specific places in Germany, how to travel to Berlin, for example. And it answers you, of course, but it has also a dual role. They have constructed for this chatbot an Instagram influencer thing. This one.
Hi, I am Emma, and I am the first AI influencer of travel destination Germany. I'm excited to take you on an amazing journey through this fascinating and inspiring country. So much to offer, impressive historical sites to vibrant cities and beautiful landscapes. I'll be sharing stories about my travel experiences, activities, and traditions throughout Germany. And the best part, you can ask questions anytime, and I'm here to answer them gladly. So stay tuned and let's embark on this incredible journey through travel destination Germany together.
So they have developed an Instagram profile based on this AI chatbot, with which you can see the posts and, of course, send direct messages to the AI chatbot, and the chatbot will answer you with to your questions directly through Instagram. Now, what is the technology beneath this? We have the chatbot that I have demonstrated to you. They have an API, so they can add this to chat with them capability. So they are sending queries to the AI chatbot from another SME, which is being connected to the website. This chatbot is optimized and restricted to answer questions regarding Germany, because it's about Germany, the website. So we have a general purpose AI chatbot for tourism, but you want this to be functioning well for Greece. So you have to make some localizations to the AI chatbot so as to answer your questions specifically for Greece and not answer you for other countries if this is not the aim of the chatbot. But they have also this chatbot used through the Instagram, so they have developed a special profile connected to the AI chatbot facility, the API. So this Instagram profile is also being connected to the chatbot and answers to the Instagram users to their specific questions. Also, let's stay in this again. They have this map. So maps with chatbots, the second more interactive part that you can have in your website. So having maps to propose you, based on your profile, personalized tourism routes is very good for promoting your tourist product. And for example, you can have predefined routes based on sections, like nature and outdoor activities routes, the German islands, holiday routes, cycling, hiking. You can have all these predefined, of course, tourism routes, but also you can plan your own route based on your trip. So I'm traveling from this time of period of year to this period. I want to travel and see castles, but also I'm a cycler. So I would like to propose me to tourist routes that are support cycling, mainly cycling. So you can have your answer here and have a planned route, and this route can be extracted and sent it to you in various ways. For example, a PDF or through your email as interactive information with links that you can access this information and have this route on your mobile phone, etc. There are, of course, some CO2 calculators that you can, that is easy to you calculate your plan, your travel. These calculators could also be embedded to the website. And there are also some 360 visiting is something like this. This is something that we have developed for the Patras area, if you can see it. There are various websites for tourism that offer 360 clips so as to have an overall view of the area that you are going to visit. Now, you have observed in the German website the AI scenes that they had, how they managed to build AI scenes, AI videos and images. There are several tools that a tourism SME could have and access so as to build AI images and AI videos. I have constructed a thorough list that you can later on elaborate if you'd like to do so. These are specifically the main tools that somebody can use and are mainly used in the tourism sector so as to build AI videos, AI audio, or AI imaging. Okay. I would not like to give more analysis. You will have in your disposal the presentation, so you will be able to have access to these tools and have a look at them. And these are some good practices and awarded websites that you can visit. Now we'll pass the floor to Elias, so as to give you a more detailed tour about available tools.
Let me thank the audience for being here today. I hope you will find what we will discuss helpful and interesting. Now I will talk to you about web tools and how we can integrate all these things Mr. Tsolis talked about. So, when it comes to building a website, you may think that it's something difficult, something that you must have deep coding knowledge, but I'm here today to show you some solutions for making code-free websites and without the need to have deep knowledge. WordPress is the most popular tool for designing a website. It's open source, which means it's completely free, and it has endless customization options, including plugins and themes. Plugins and themes are some software that I will talk to you about later, and I will show you some live examples. So next we have Wix. This is the best solution for beginners. It offers this drag and drop option, which means you will have a panel and you can do live changes and see the results, making efficient work. This is the best solution for building smaller projects like portfolios and personal sites where you can introduce your work. Next, we have Joomla. This is for more advanced projects, like for some companies, if you want to build a website with heavy traffic, with a lot of visitors, and where you need to manage a lot of users. Next, we have Webflow. Webflow offers the best design solutions. If you want to make high precision work or even artwork for digital artwork, it's the best solution, and you can be really creative here. Also, this is code free. So I want to tell you some more things about WordPress, because this is the most commonly used. It is powering over 40% of all websites worldwide. This is almost half of all the websites. We're talking about millions of websites. So it's very good to know about this web tool. When it comes to scalability, we can power every project, like small blogs or large websites. There are many companies that they are using WordPress to make their websites if they don't want to hire a developer and invest a large amount there. You can have a very nice result using WordPress. This happens with the pre-built templates and the library of plugins that allow you to customize your design and the functionality without the use of code. This is a screenshot of the library of the search results based on tourism templates. A template is a completely pre-built website, fully functional, where you can customize it using your pictures, your logos, but you have the structure already built. So I have now one of these templates here. As you can see, it has a lot of information and it looks like something really professional. It's a a solution for companies, not only for personal projects. And that's without editing. That's what you get just with from the search results. So next, we have the WordPress dashboard, which if we have enough time, I will show you an example. And in this dashboard, you have all the information you need gathered together and organized. We have a header in which we have a link to our to the live view of our website and some useful information that we need to reach fast. So next, we have a sidebar. In this sidebar, we have everything analyzed from posts, from libraries where we can store our pictures and our videos. We have the pages. Every page is the view of a website we are currently visiting. And all the plugins that we use show up in this sidebar so we can access them easily. Next, I want to talk to you about Elementor. Elementor is a page builder. It's a software that allows you to make your work fast and efficient. So it has the drag and drop feature, which I will show you later. You have some elements. You can just pull them straight to your page and see the results. It is also code free. You don't need to have any knowledge in coding. You have also live editing. Live editing, as I told you before, means that you can see your results in real time. You don't need to refresh the page or visit a different page or browser to see the results, which happens when building a website with coding, with using code. It offers widgets and design options, endless design options that will allow you to build advanced sites without technical skills. This is actually true. You can have zero knowledge and be really creative using these tools. You have a full design flexibility, and that's why Elementor is the most popular WordPress tool. So let me show you how the Elementor dashboard looks like. The dashboard, as you can see, has a structure like the previous, like the WordPress dashboard. Here you can see the sidebar, which has the elements I told you. These elements can be text, videos, images, or more advanced like diagrams or something like that. You can just grab them with your mouse and drop them straight in the main area of this page, in which you can see it is structured as you wish. You can make every change you want here. This is an example that I have made. We have a picture in the center. We have some text surrounding it, and it is structured to give the best possible result for the viewer, because we need to have some innovative results, as Dimitri said before, especially when it comes to tourism. We need to attract people. We need to have something different, and we need to support our work and the services we provide. Every company provides. Well, thank you very much for your attention. I don't know if we have some time to show some live exams. We need 5 minutes. We don't need more. Okay, this is the first view of the dashboard when you log in. As you can see here in the URL, it's the website URL, and just adding this next to it, it will take you to a login page. You will have some admin credentials that we'll use, and you can see the main dashboard. The main dashboard shows some critical information about this is the health status of the website. You can add the draft. You can see your website at a glance, which is the posts and the pages that you already have created. Some elementary information here, WordPress events. These are general, it's not so important for your website. What are the plugins now? I will take you to the plugin page. Well, here we have our plugins, and the plugin library you will see here now. Plugin, as I told you, is software that it is fully compatible with WordPress and offers solutions for everything that you will need, every functionality or every extra things that you will want to add to your website are in the form of some plugins. For example, you can see here, let me find this one for health check and troubleshooting. If you want to have an analytic view of the health of your website, you have these plugins, and if I type here website health, for example, you will see even more plugins will appear that offer the same solution. So next, I want to talk to you about the templates that can be used. It's here in the themes. The themes, let me show you our website. This is a website we're currently building, and I want to show you the live preview with the Elementor and the drag and drop feature, and I will end my presentation there. This is something that we haven't, we are building currently. It's not public. This is the Elementor feature here. Okay, so as you can see, we have the navigator here. The navigator shows the structure of our website. Every container has some different elements inside, a button, an interactive circle here, or another container that can also have more elements inside. Here are the layout options, the headings, the images, just like I showed before, and you can add plugins to your website, so to have even more elements here to add to your website. So that's how WordPress is connected with Elementor. The plugins are connected with Elementor and WordPress as well, and makes the work easy for you. So let me do some live changes here. Well, if I add a heading, if I want to add a different heading here, I can just move it in this area. And as you can see, you can you have your changes live, and I can edit everything in here without using a single line of code. Is it something else that you want to show?
If you would like to see if there is a theme about tourism.
Okay.
Template already.
Okay, so we'll go to the themes again, and we will search for the keyword with the keyword tourism, for example. Now that's the installed. We go here to the new themes. Here we have the libraries, including so for tourism, you will have a variety of themes from which you can choose whatever you like. That's where my picture in the presentation came from. And as you can see, you have for every preference a different website. Let's see a preview of this one, for example. It is fully functional. You can have here everything. That's what you get to your website, and after that you can change the pictures, you can change the titles, and make it like you have already imagined. So that's all from me as well. Thank you all for participating. I hope you found what we discussed interesting and helpful. And Dimitris, do you want to?
No, I'm okay. If there are any questions.
Okay, I don't see more answers, so it's better to, for those who didn't fill it, we will send you at your email. So on behalf of Rezos Branch European R&D Department, Mathemagenesis IK and TES Romania, I would like to thank you for your participation. See you next time on 20th of February on content marketing. Thank you all.